my crafty friends. This is Teresa with Fresh and Renewed with Teresa. Welcome back to the Back to Basics card series. I know it's been on hiatus for a couple of weeks, and I just want to give you a show of everything that I am doing and get back on track. So I was going to make the cards on camera today, but I'm showing you 4 cards and 4 different things. So I figured, let me make the cards ahead of time and make it a little easier. So today is textured paper versus smooth paper. So I have 4 different cards here. And I just realized I do not have a sentiment on this card. I'm going to use some sticker letters and put a sentiment right here. So anyhow, I pulled out some scraps and used some scraps to create a couple of these cards. So, so textured versus smooth paper, when to use which, and what are some ways that you can use some textured paper on your cards. Because we all know that textured paper is not the best paper for a card base, and it's definitely not the paper you want to use when you're stamping a sentiment. So I have a white accent opaque card base, and it's smooth. And most of pattern paper smooth. This pattern paper, however, happens to be a textured piece of pattern paper. So, you know, that adds a little bit of interest to the card. And I use some textured cardstock for my little heart focused right here. So I just die cut out that. So that's a way you can use it. Use some textured pattern paper. Use some textured cardstock for die cutting. Okay, then I have this paper, and I did not put this one on a card base yet. It's going to go on a white card base, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, so you'll see the white card base. I had it sitting here. I just totally forgot before I started the video. So anyhow, this is Alicia from Call Me Crafty Owl. This is the February sheet load of the month. I'll have that video linked down below so you can check that out. And this is the Valentine Wishes mini release from Not Too Shabby Shop, and she still has some of these bundles left, so I'll have that linked down below. So this is a great way to use some textured paper too. I used this red panel right back here is a piece of textured cardstock. So that kind of gave that, those 3 strips, kind of gave a little bit more interest to see the texture behind there. And these kinds of things are hard to see on camera, but up close and, you know, handing out the card to someone, they'll be able to see that. And I used the pink smooth cardstock to, you know, as my focal point or as my strip back here. And because I needed it a certain width to fit this little heart, I went ahead and altered that from the sketch. And then I used a white gel pen and wrote hello on my little blackboard heart sticker. So that is another way. Then this, I die cut the word hugs. Again, sorry, let me back up. Again, these were random pieces of paper from my scrap bag that I'm trying to work through. I had a bag that I had for January and February. I didn't separate those 2 bags, so I've got to get through this bag by the end of February. So, so I die cut the word hugs from some textured cardstock, so you can see the texture there. And then these were some, and that's why it's kind of got a crease in the middle. These were some picks that I got at Hobby Lobby with, they had toothpicks in them in the Valentine's section. And I just took the toothpick out for it to be my focal point right there. So, okay. So I used the Valentine wishes again. And this card does not have any textured paper on it. The cardstock is smooth, and then I used the smooth paper for a stitched circle right here. I could have used, you know, like a pale pink piece of textured cardstock or something and cut my panel, and it would have been great, or white textured cardstock. I could have used that, but secret, this was already cut and it was in the bag with these elements. So I opted to use it and do just smooth cardstock. So, and then I used some Love from Lizzie strips down here on this, on both sides of this. So those are some ways that you can use textured versus smooth cardstock. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me remind you that to enter into the prize package for the Back to Basics series, and I'll have a picture of the prize package right here after this little segment. You must comment on every single video in this series. This is video number 4, and I have 2 more coming, but it might just be 1 more because I'm having some trouble getting a product for video number 5. But anyhow, somehow I'll figure out how to do video number 5. So so you must comment on all of the videos, and I will have all of them linked in the description box down below for you to comment on each and every one of them. So anyhow, one of the reasons, if you've followed my channel for a while, you know that most everything I do has a purpose and a reason. And so one of the reasons that I wanted to do this particular video is because I wanted to challenge myself to start using textured cardstock differently and more frequently on my cards, because I used to be a scrapbooker, and I still scrapbook occasionally, but not as frequently as I make cards. And I have a lot of textured cardstock. So I want to challenge myself to start using that textured cardstock on my cards more. So I'd like to ask you to hold me accountable. And, you know, if you don't see any textured cardstock on my channel in, you know, a couple of weeks, you know, mention in the comments down below, hey Teresa, where's that card with some textured cardstock? So anyhow, just fun. I like to challenge myself to do different kinds of things. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed these, and thanks so much for watching. And don't forget to comment on all of the videos to be entered into the awesome prize package that will be at the end of this series. Thanks so much, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.